Okay, so we're not going to discuss the fact that I left a tractor on the train tracks. What we're here to discuss is an issue that I have just noticed. Granted, the game was just, like, I did just get access to it last night at like 11 o'clock. So, granted, there is going to be issues with it. However, this is a very, very large problem. So, on Farm Sim 17, there was an issue with some of the workers on the maps. How they just simply didn't work properly. Well, I'm going to show you something here. As you can see, the worker's working as intended. It's going along the field the way it should, etc. However, the issue we're going to see is, well, A, the fact that for some reason it's planting the field at an angle. Or has it straightened out now? Oh yeah, no, it's straightened out now. It looked like it was going down the field at an angle. But the issue I have noticed is something you're about to see. The workers don't know how to turn around. And those crows just... Okay. Okay, now watch this. Oh look, he actually turned around correctly this time. But now is he going to continue through the field, or is he going to drive into my rig over there again, like he did last time? Oh, no, yeah, here we go. Here's what I was referring to. Legitimately the problem. How did this get past the testing phase? Like, what even is the AI doing here? What's the point in having a worker if this is what they do? What's the point in having the ability to use them if this is what they do? Like, this is something that shouldn't have got past the testing phase of this game. This is a problem. This is something that should not have made it through testing. Now, granted, I'm not the kind of person that will hire a worker for legitimately everything. I will actually go out and do the farm work myself. But when you have stuff like that happening, where you have to turn around the tractor yourself, for some people, that's going to be a problem. For me, it's just an inconvenience because it's kind of irritating. That every time your tractor does one pass down a field, if you're somewhere else on the map, say over at field 8, once this tractor hits the other end of the field, you have to come back, turn it around, rehire the worker again, paying yet another wage supplement to another person, and then go back to what you were doing. Which is kind of more of an inconvenience than some people are going to want to admit. Like, in order for this to work properly, this is what you're going to have to do. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to have to turn your own tractor around. It's just, the reason why it bugs me isn't because I don't like actually having to do manual labor on this game. I actually find this game kind of relaxing while playing it. The reason why it bugs me is because it's something that got through testing that shouldn't have. Now, Giant Studios tested all of this stuff. The workers seem to have worked fine in the videos that I was watching. But then there's this. All the people that I seen that were getting the codes for this game were all playing on PC. So there was nobody doing testing on the PS4 or the Xbox One. So all these bugs got through because Giant Studios apparently doesn't feel it necessary to do testing of their stuff on the console edition as well as PC. Like I've seen, like I know there probably was a couple YouTubers and stuff that got the keys for the game for the PS4, maybe, but they never posted any videos about it. They never streamed on the game or anything. Now, if I can help it, I'm gonna stream on this game. Maybe with people. The person I was playing with last night, maybe. Depending on how much that person is on and whether or not they're going to do the same stuff that they did in previous videos on Farming Simulator games. Because if he does what he did previously, I'm not going to be able to post any of this footage that I make of this game ever. I had like 2 hours worth of footage previously, and in one of the videos he said something that ended up causing me to have to take a video down. I mean, it's not like I'm making any money off any of my videos anyways. Nobody ever watches the damn thing, so. Like, as a matter of fact, I think the last stream here that I posted, I can actually take a look at it because I have my phone beside me here while the worker does this pass. See, now the last time I was in the process of trying to buy equipment in the John Deere back there, came out and this thing was up against the side of my tractor, or up against the side of my rig over there. It was over there, going down that way, and it just beelined straight for the truck and got stuck on it in the process of trying to turn around again. Now I'm gonna let it and see what it does here. Cause see, in theory, as long as it doesn't do some dumb shit, it should be able to make this. Look at that. For once it actually knew what the heck it was doing. I'm honestly surprised. If I go to my library, go over to here, go to my channel. I have... Oh my god, my last video I posted on War Thunder actually has 9 views on it. Go figure. But the one prior to that, that was posted 2 weeks ago, has nothing. The one before that has 4. Remember the one before that? The one before that has 2. Like, I have 17 subs, so there's that. That's kind of nice. But at least the worker was capable of doing one pass properly. So that's a plus. But that's one pass. That's legitimately nothing in comparison to the size of this field. Like, I had set it off on its first pass down the field, which was over here. This section right there. And it just beelined for the tractor at the other end. Like, that just doesn't work. That's not something that can be happening. Like, it's just, no. That's not a good thing. However, see, like, that too. Why does a tractor have a car horn? Speaking of cars. Nope, that's not the setting I'm looking for. That's the setting I'm looking for. I'm gonna turn traffic back on. I ended up having a car hit my cultivator on my way over there to field number 2. So I ended up having to solve that. But, like, it's random little stuff like that that shouldn't have made it past the testing that bugs me. That was the entire intention on starting this video. Or this stream, or video, I guess, if you're watching it on YouTube as a video after the fact, but like, if you've played games and ran into bugs that you know shouldn't have made it through testing after it was released, you know the feeling I'm in right now. It's just irritating. can take this tractor over to the thing with the duals off the back and probably see what I can do about doing some contract work here. Why is this still a thing? Like, seriously? Like, why? I just can't. Like, why is frozen traffic in the middle of the road still a problem? That's another thing that they should have had fixed. On the bright side, when you're turning the corner in a big rig, the cars actually stop. They don't just plow into your trailer. I totally missed the turn to the store, didn't I? No, it's right there. Watch him. That's why I'm getting rid of the dual tires. Because the tires actually have a clip physics to them now. I was trying to run the big 24 meter wide header with this thing and it wasn't working. Because what? The tires actually have a physics model now. Which they didn't previously to now. In the previous farming simulators, the dual tires actually didn't have a physics model to them. The inner tire did, but this outer one has never had a physics model until now. At least not to my knowledge. Farm Sim 17, a lot of them didn't. Nice thing is, taking off the dual tires actually doesn't cost anything. So, and that's another thing I like about 19 here. The fact that the train drives around on its own, as long as you don't get in it. If you get in it, it stops doing that. It'll just legitimately stop, and there is no way to get it going again. Which does kind of suck, but is also understandable. Oh yeah, this thing doesn't have a 3-point on the front, never mind. I would have lined up with that a lot better, but they ended up not. I'm not really trying to do this as realistic as possible. I'm just playing the game to play the game. Also, if anybody can tell me what the heck the AGCO 1500 is, I'd be greatly appreciative. Because this can connect to the AGCO 1500, but I have no clue what the heck that is. Or where to find it. So if any of you guys can tell me where to find that, I'd actually appreciate that as well. Actually, before I take off out of this area, I am going to buy one of those. And change color. If you're going John Deere, oh look at that, never mind. I was gonna say, if you're going John Deere, going with John Deere tractors, if you're trying to match the color, this is the one you want. But turns out it totally says at the bottom there. Believe it or not, I never noticed that the first time I bought that thing. Never noticed that it said John Deere at the bottom. Comically enough, the paint color right beside it is pretty much identical. So, if you guys end up playing multiplayer on this game, one thing you will notice is there's a kind of annoying thing that's always bugged me about Farm Sim. It's quieter. Look at that, you can... There we go. When you raise and lower this boom, the forks don't stay attached to the thing. It's one of the other many things that has always bugged me about this game. That they've never managed to perfect the syncing of the boom with the tool movement in multiplayer. For any of you guys that actually have this game, as of this morning, I don't know what time, but I hopped on the game around, I think it was like, I do not know what the fuck just happened. One thing that is kind of bugging me right now is that... No. Lower. Detach. There. Now the freaking pallet fork is low enough to the ground to actually pick the bloody thing up. There we go. Now back over to field number 2. I am going to... There we go. One thing that you will notice as well, it's a thing that also bugs me, is that the PC version of this game has stuff that we won't ever get. Or at least that's been the case in the past. Like, for instance, maps that have mud and trucks that are lifted and tanks and other impractical stuff like that. Bulldozers with plows. Like, those are actually useful. I don't know why we've never gotten one of those for the mods, but like, for instance, with the... I'm totally driving with the turn signal on. With the with the just beacons in general, on PC, if you've watched any videos on it, the beacons, when they're on, they reflect off the surfaces around the tractor, or whatever the beacon is on. That doesn't happen on this game. It does with the turn signals, but it doesn't with the beacons. I'm just gonna pass this guy here so we can get over to the field a little quicker and I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm hoping the worker is well if I set it off to do this on its own, it's not gonna mess with the boom. Or not the boom, the forks. If it does that, it's gonna mess with all sorts of stuff. And probably gonna piss off the game itself, so there's that. But I'll show you what I'm referring to with the beacons here in a second. But like, you can see with the turn signals and stuff how they reflect off of the surfaces. And if you've watched any videos on this game on PC, you know that the beacons reflect off of things. I'll show you here with the track we were just looking at there, what I'm referring to. I'm going to bring that up a little bit. Gonna zoom out. Lovely game physics. Because the fucking tires on a sprayer can get hooked on a fucking train track, yep. When they're nowhere near it. See, it's stuff like that, and yet again, that's gonna bug the hell out of me. And stuff like that will always bug me. I don't have a farmhouse yet. For any of you who just heard the dog barking, who are gonna be probably curious about that, I don't have one. One thing that does bug me about that, they advertised that you can get the, like in the trailer for the game, you can see the dog in the back window of one of the trucks sitting in the bed. To my knowledge so far, you can't do that. That's not a thing you can do. To my knowledge. I haven't actually tried it myself, but I've watched videos on YouTube while waiting to get access to the game, and from what I was seeing, it's not a thing. But like, just to show you guys what I mean here. You can see the reflection of the turn signal. Now if I turn that on, there's nothing. No reflection, nothing at all. And just to give added proof, oh look, the worker actually worked properly with the John Deere. Go figure. Just to show that it's not like some sort of thing I'm trying to throw at it and have no proof. I'm going to follow train track here. Give me 1 second, guys. So, get this. That phone call you just heard me pick up, well, you didn't really hear me pick up, but you heard it go off, I'm assuming. It was my cell phone company, yet again, calling me about my phone bill that I haven't yet paid, because I don't take well to companies harassing me over things. And I haven't actually been able to afford to pay the full bill, so it's kind of overdue a little bit. But what's funny about this is they've called me 2 days in a row now. This time they put me on hold and then hung up. The first time they just simply hung up. I picked up when hello, and then they hung up, which kind of pissed me off. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I was legitimately triggered by that. I almost called back and went, nah, not happening. That's bull, and you know. But I didn't. So yeah. But the thing is, they're calling me about my cell bill. I'm answering, and they're just hanging up. Probably because of what I said the last time. They may not have appreciated that all too much. I told them if they continued to call me and harass me over my phone bill, I was going to start removing money from the amount that I'm paying them. Oh, scheisse. So, can I not drive on that? Oh. That's funny. Drag stamps. I was hoping to come across a tunnel. But I mean, a tree will work too. Okay, as you can see, the beacons are on. Now, what don't you see happening right there on the bushes? A reflection from it. What do you see happening on the bushes and the rock behind me from the turn signal? Like, it's... Why? Why not just model it in? They know that the PS4 can handle the graphics requirement for it. Because there's other games that have done it on the PS4 with dynamic lighting and everything. With beacons and everything else like that. That actually work. What's the excuse? I'm legitimately curious, Giants. I mean, you're gonna give the beacon reflection to PC but not console users? Am I sensing some favoritism here? And yes, I am actually right now calling out Giant Studios on this. PC gets so much more stuff than console does. They get more access to different mods like maps and cars and trucks and everything else. They have access to more graphics options. Even though the consoles can handle the demand. It's like the Minecraft and the mods thing all over again. Them saying that, oh, we don't have mod support on console because console can't handle the mod support. Farm Sim has mods. There's mod support that the consoles can handle. The PS3s and the 360s, they said couldn't handle the mod support. Yes, it can. The amount of people... Where's my... Oh, I'm looking for the wrong field. Lol. They said that console couldn't handle the requirements that having mods on the PS3 for Minecraft would require. I know a person that hacked their console, didn't do any modifications to any of the software on it at all, except for making it possible by changing some coding on the Minecraft game itself for the PS3. He did the same thing for the 360. By doing the coding changes that he did, he allowed himself to be able to put mods for Minecraft on the PS3. One of the maps he had over 180 mods running on it. Sure, it was running fairly slow. But I mean, it's a PS3 running 180 mods on a server, or on a private save. Granted, anybody who joined him in multiplayer did not have access to the mods that he was using, but it's still pretty cool that he was able to go in and enable the ability to run mods on the PS3. Contrary to what they were saying, and saying that it couldn't be done. Because it sure seems like it was done to me. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal to change a line of coding and enable it. The consoles can handle the stuff, they just don't want to enable it because then they have more people buying one version of the game instead of both versions of the game. So rather than just selling a game that has mod support all the way around, like on every console, they're gonna make it so only PC users can use the mods. In other words, they're just looking at all the console users and saying, screw you, go buy our other version. I didn't. I did. I left that on for a mission. I forgot to turn it off, apparently. That's a problem. That's actually a very large problem. I'm gonna take this big stuff back. Like the massive cultivator and cedar. Being the cedar and the cultivator don't work properly anyways. See, I tried to cultivate this field using that with this tractor and hiring a worker. And every time I hired a worker, it just kept saying the worker was finished. When the worker was not finished. Like, the field had weeds and stuff in it, so I wanted to get rid of them. So I was just gonna cultivate the field and plow them into the ground, and when you do that, it acts as fertilizer for the field. The problem with that is it wouldn't allow me to hire the worker to do it while I could go work on driving equipment back to the field. Oops. I think I'm just gonna go with a smaller cultivator. That way it's just easier. Cultivator and seeder. That way I can just use the John Deere instead of this thing. Because I'm also gonna need a combine and everything else too. See, now, I know some people, if anyone actually watches this as a video, oops, I cannot drive in third person very well. If anybody actually watches this as a video, there's going to be a lot of people that point out that I totally just forgot legitimately what I was saying as I was in the process of saying it. That's annoying. Oh, that's what I was saying. People are going to point out that it's not a combine, it's a harvester. Technically it's both, it just depends on where you are in the world. Like, for instance, I live in Canada. Where I live in the country, at least, we call them combines, not harvesters. Some people call them harvesters, some people call them combines. It's not really that big of a distinction between the two. But I'm going to be calling it a combine. If there's an issue with that, then, well, I guess you're just gonna have an issue with that, and that's your problem. But as to this other piece of equipment that's sitting here, actually, while I'm over here, I'm going to remove those rear tires. What am I? No, I don't want to do that. As some people already know on my channel, if you have a problem with something I'm doing, I probably won't care. It's just a thing I've started doing over the past 10 years of my life. Just not caring. It's a lot easier that way. Might sound morbid, but you know, when you're treated like crap throughout your entire life, that tends to happen. Oh look, another stopped car in the middle of the road. That's not annoying. But when... Okay, we're gonna change the subject here. I'm gonna continue working on this field. This is a weeder for any of you who are curious. At least I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Wrong item. Or wrong section. Yeah, weeder. If you guys want to pause that, go back and pause that and read the description of it. It says the weeder pulls out small growth or grown things, whatever. That's as far as I got, was growth or growing or something along those lines. But the thing isn't really needed right now. It's not something that's 100% necessary at this time. It's just something nice to have. However, I'm gonna need to buy a combine so I can do some contract work. Nice thing is I already have a truck to haul this stuff to the place with, so that's kind of nice. I am kind of like storing all my stuff on this guy's property. Fortunately, they tend not to care. At least to my knowledge, they don't care. I haven't had any AIs approach me about it. But we're gonna take this back over there as well and sell it. And then probably sell the tractor along with it. Yeah. Come on. Seriously. That's how you get around that problem. Items hung up. Start moving forward, or drop it, start moving forward, and pick it up again. Repeatedly until it starts moving again. Works for me. I'm gonna go this way, because that road's the one I had cars hitting me last time. Which, I mean, is understandable. I mean, this thing is massive, and that is like a lot smaller than this road. I should have those on. See, like, there is a slight hint of a hue from the lights, but there's no actual reflection from them. Like, even at night, there's nothing. Some people might say, oh, maybe it's because you're in daytime. What am I See, now, why is there a railing on a bridge that doesn't have people walking on it ever? I spent like an hour this morning playing on this map and pedestrians never walk across that. I've never once, I'm a dumbass. Never once have I seen a pedestrian walk across any of the bridges. Now, walking through a train yard or something like that, yes, I've seen people doing that. I've even seen people walking around through the store parking lot, which is actually kind of interesting. That one I actually kind of like. I find it kind of cool that they find it necessary to make that a thing. Don't cut the tree, we're good. That, yep. So you'll allow it to phase through that part of the cultivator, but you won't allow it to phase through the rest of it. Gotcha. Makes sense. So I can knock down a stop sign, but I can't knock down a street sign. Makes sense. See, like, watch. I can knock this sign down, but I can't knock down the street sign. Okay, now we are going to go with I'm gonna go with this one. Because I like the Michelin tires better. I'm gonna go with those. And then we're also gonna go with those. Now we need overweight. We're gonna need one of those as well. Because unlike most people, I might not. Because see, most people automatically go for the biggest one they possibly can. This thing is actually really long and doesn't exactly fit on the trailer all too well. So, I mean, I could make the job go by a heck of a lot quicker, but screwed. Why not? I'm just gonna do that rather than running over here. The only problem I might... Yep. Figured that was gonna happen. That's not the problem I was about to refer to. Is it... I might not be able to pull the trailer with this combine. Because the last time I loaded this thing onto this trailer, I ended up not being able to haul the header trailer with the combine because the damn thing was too long. But knowing that, I can put it on here further back. To be clear, where that is placed on those rockers doesn't really matter. No matter what happens, it's gonna stay on there. To my knowledge, I nailed a telephone pole with one of those things last night, and it didn't budge the header one bit. So pretty sure it should be fine. We've got field 12. We're gonna go with field 12 because that's actually a fairly large field. We're gonna accept that one, and not that one because that's cotton. I don't have one of those, or the money to get one. So I'm gonna take the combine up to field 12 here. Go grab the truck because I'm gonna have to haul the grain and I think that one's barley on that field. It's either barley or oats. Actually, I can look. Field 12. Barley. I think I had on it last time too. No, that's canola. Or not canola, wheat. Right? That is wheat, right? No, I was right the first time. It's barley. That's only slightly irritating. Oops. See, now, I've never really noticed a difference in how much you harvest with that all the way up the way it was, or all the way down the way I have it. Never really noticed any difference between that. But there could be, I could be wrong on that, I don't know. I honestly don't think there is. To my knowledge, there isn't any difference between having it all the way up like that or all the way down. Wait, I don't want to do that. Aha! That's what I wanted to do. See, this guy doesn't want to bail, so I don't want to do that. Now, while this does that, I'm going to come over here and grab this. That's the horn for this, by the way. For those of you who were curious. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we'll have to deal with that at some point. That's bad. I'm gonna go pick this up and hire a worker on it so I can once again take the truck over to the combine. Don't ask me what just happened with my camera. I honestly don't know. See, and as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff that's being removed from the field as this goes along. You can actually see it a lot better this way. If you just come over here. If you look here, there's weeds growing over here. Over here, they're gone. at 71%. So yeah, we need to get this guy over there. I was about to say, don't worry, I assure you my driving with the rig is a lot better. But it's honestly not. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually probably worse. You know what, actually? Let's go this way. I'll turn the cruise control up to 50 instead of 40. Oh, I think I see the route I'm going to take all the way around this side here. Oh, it's curved? Or? Okay, yeah, we're going to want to turn here. One thing that bugs me about the big rigs too is some of the mods that had started to get released on the Farm Sim 17, the dashboard lights all worked. Like when you turned on your turn signals, there was a light that blinked. When you turned on your headlights, other stuff other than the gauges lit up. Like it was actually kind of cool. I liked it. I'm a person that's stickler for the small stuff. So like reflections for lights and stuff on the dashboard actually working in a game that claims to be its simulator. That stuff I'll always nitpick. If you've watched any of my videos, you will notice that a lot. I nitpick videos like crazy. See, and this, like the magically teleporting on and off thing, they could have modeled it so it just rolls to the left and gradually disappears. I mean, like it's not that hard. I mean, I imagine it's not that difficult. But being a normal schmuck myself, I couldn't honestly tell you how hard that is. I know it's a shit ton of coding and programming and stuff like that, but it's like it's just minor details like that. Actually, as a matter of fact, allow me to show you something. Minor details that impress me about games, stuff like this. If you watch any of my other Farm Sim videos or any videos on other YouTubers that play Farm Sim 17 or 15 or whatever, you'll notice this never has an animation to it. It never does anything. However, one thing I will point out, props to them actually modeling the other half of the universal there. But this thing, this yellow cover, spins with the PTO. At least it has in my experience with tractors. And I grew up on a farm for a long time. My dad lives on a farm with a landlord that is, comically enough, a farmer. Those spin with the PTO. See, and another thing that I actually noticed a couple hours ago before I started this, actually like 10 minutes before I started this video, this right here. This impresses me. The fact that the AC fan actually spins. Let me get a... We might have a storm rolling in over there. That's a thing you're going to want to do as well when playing this game, shutting off the engine. Because if you don't, you will burn through fuel. Fuel consumption is actually a thing now. Maintenance, daily vehicle maintenance is no longer a thing, as you can see, because there's a maintenance bar on the top left of the Speedo there. But like, all in all, I'm very impressed with how good this game actually looks. Like, for instance, take a look at the headlight here. You can actually see the bulb in the headlight and the marker light. It's actually three-dimensional. You can see through the windows on the sleeper. What I found funny, if you guys have ever played Minecraft, that bed totally looks like a Minecraft bed. Legitimately looks like a Minecraft bed. There we go. See? You get the red blanket and the white pillow and pillow area stuff. I found that one kind of funny. Being a person that's played Minecraft for years, that's actually a thing I find kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if it's actually an Easter egg, but it's... I mean, you can class it as kind of an Easter egg. I guess it technically could have just hopped up here too. And yes, before somebody points it out, I'm aware the beds aren't just red and white anymore. I do have it on PS4. And PC. So I've known the beds haven't been red and white for a long time. But that's not what those horns should sound like. Again, another minor thing. I'm hoping Farm Sim 17 or Farm Sim 19 here will have more access to the mods and stuff that are made by the community. I'm hoping. I can dream. See, I was doing this same field on my buddy's map last night when I got access to this, and for this amount of space to get done, it took me about an hour of up and down the field. This was like, what, 8 minutes? Another problem that I've noticed with the combines is you have to do that. I don't know if it's just the John Deere combine or if it's just combines in general. If you unload the combine, you have to get in it, dismiss the worker, and rehire the worker again. I'm hoping they fix that soon, because it is kind of irritating. Because then you're paying two different... It's another one of those situations where you're paying 2 wage payments instead of 1. Where you can just set up the worker, unload the combine, and then the combine drives away. You have to get in the combine, dismiss the worker, rehire the worker, and end up having to start paying another bill. This guy's almost done this field. Yeah, I don't know where you blocked. Okay, no, yeah, we're good. This is the... Well, I was drawing a blank there on what it is. It says in the bottom corner of the screen. The John Deere 6155M. being ran by Helper I. It's not a bad tractor, to be honest. I like this one. It's the cheapest John Deere you can actually get. In here. You see, you've got the small tractors, you've got all of these ones. And then this is the first section you get the John Deere at. Believe it or not, this is one of the base game tractors from Farm Sim 17 that you get on a lot of maps. I'm going to lease this real quick, and I'm going to show you just how much bigger this tractor actually is in this game. Look at that. The tractor actually feels big. And yes, before somebody points it out, I'm aware the one in Farm Sim 17 didn't have the front linkage. It had a weight there. This might not be the exact same tractor, but it's pretty damn close. It's the same body style-ish. Had to stretch there. Yeah, so you get the Trelleborg tires, you get the Michelins. Yeah, those are the only two you got. You got wide tires. And you got rear twins, front and rear twins. Then you get your standards. And then you get your engine size. And this thing can have up to 261 horsepower. But it cannot have a front end loader, which kind of sucks. With this one, you've got your wide tires. You get your rear twins, front twins, narrow tires, rear twins, front twins, and then your standards again. I mean, like, there's so much customization for tractors in this game, it's kind of unreal. You get your Trelleborgs, your Michelins, again. I know for one of these, yeah, it should be this one. No, okay, no, maybe it's... I'm gonna go to one I know for a fact has them. You get your Trelleborgs, Michelins. Are you serious right now? Piss off. Okay, yeah, you got your Trelleborg, you get, okay, there is no Trelleborgs or Michelins for this one. You got your standard tires, wheel weights, wide tires, wheel weights, twin narrows, sorry. And then you got your twins all the way around, rear twins, and then you got track. Which, to be honest, I have not actually used anything with a track on it yet. I haven't felt the need to. But I'm gonna go return this. That way I'm not getting charged for it. And they will actually charge you for the hours on the tractor as well, which is normally how it goes off of anyways. But they'll you for real stop there. Okay, well I guess we're gonna do this instead of offloading the combine. Unless the AI worker's gonna be willing to do it. There we go. I haven't actually done anything with vehicles at night yet. The only thing I've done with them at night so far was test the beacons, and that was about it. To see if the reflections were at night. I did actually test that because I was personally curious as to if it was just because it wasn't nighttime. Turns out no, it's not. So this is the way to come in at it. Gotcha. So an angle like this from the front to the back. That'll be the guy over there. See, in case any of you are curious as to, oh no, okay, never mind. I guess that's not a bug. They're just temperamental and won't drive away until the truck's away from the combine. Seems legit. And not slightly aggravating at all. Now, one thing I am curious about, over at that field area, there is a bunch of stuff along the side of the field. There's a farm over there that has some fields on it that you can buy and allows you to own the property. If you're at all curious as to how that works, you go over here to the map. You press L3 if you're on the PS4 or the PlayStation, and you just press R3 on chunks of land. This is the area here I was referring to. You have to buy this side and this side in order to own this whole farm. You can buy up the entire map, actually, like even sections that would be legitimately useless to you, like for instance these areas here. They'd be utterly useless to you. Same with over here and stuff like that, because like these areas you can't destroy anything that's on them. Like for instance up here you can buy this place or this section here, but you can't do anything with anything that's in there. But back to what I was doing. I'm curious about something that's over at the farm that's down over there. The one I was actually just showing you guys. Actually, technically. See, now, on my buddy's map, he has weeds turned off. Okay, no, this isn't the same stuff. Give me a sec. I have weeds turned on because it's something extra to have to do with the field. It's something new that's been added in that is necessary to do. So I'm, per usual, a fan of new things to do in a game. It's like Grand Theft Auto and new updates. Which I'm, as far as I can tell you guys right now, don't be expecting any videos of Grand Theft Auto 5 on the channel. I'm probably not going to do anything with it again. The game's gotten stale, I guess you can say. They don't do enough with it. They don't add in enough things. Granted, yes, the game is almost 5 years old, but still. It's one of the top selling games from Rockstar, and they just forgot about it, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, they brought out an update recently that released a bunch of DLC. The nightclub update. I guess it's not really all that recently, but still. After a month, all that stuff is meaningless. Because it's stale. You've played with it all, you've had your fun, and now there's nothing left to do. If you're anything like me and my friends, having stuff that isn't boring is a very high priority for a game. Once the game gets boring, we get rid of it. And to be honest with you, if the game case wasn't broken, I wouldn't even have the game anymore. Like the game, I accidentally stepped on the game case, and game stores won't accept games without the cases. A lot of the time. It's the one I go to, they will. I don't know if they do it for a lot of people, but I got actually quite the relationship with the guys that microplay there. They're pretty nice guys. Well, most of them are pretty nice guys. There's one that doesn't really like me all too much. That's because he knows that I know he's a fake ass puppet. Which is kind of funny. That's it. Oh, interesting. It's got reverse lights on the back of the cab. I was curious as to what those were. Interesting. I don't know, it looks like the trailer's got a lean going on. And that's just the way that messes with the head. There we go. Now back to what I was going to do, which was find out something about the farm that's down over here. If you're watching this live right now, if you're wanting to watch the entire thing, it'll be posted on the channel as a video here shortly. It should upload as soon as I finish it, I think. If not, give it like 20-30 minutes and it should upload. I'm not sure how that works. I've never really actually paid attention to it. I've just started the stream and about an hour and a half later I'd end it. And go from there. Okay, yeah, see, here's kind of what I was talking about. I just knocked over that time. Something like that. See, on my buddy's world, or on my buddy's save, he's got weeds turned off. In the farmyard, when we get over there, these are all over the place. Which, as anybody knows, are the weeds. And they are infested on that property. Like, I mean, I guess you can call it infested. They're not like all over the road and everything leading into it. It's not like overgrown. But they're there and they do hold a very large occupation, I guess you can call it. I'm going to deal with the combine here again soon. Nice thing is, combine's going to have that job done in no time. That's nice. The way the trailers work in this one are kind of different too. I noticed that the other night, or last night, when I was doing some farming stuff on my buddy's world with the actually exact same field and same combine and everything. The way that grain trailer works is kind of interesting. I figured it'd stop legitimately pretty much in the exact... Actually, that is the exact same spot. Go figure. It's just right beside it. Has it stopped in that spot every single time? It very well might have. No, I think that one had stopped down over there. Because this one had stopped here. Prior to that, it stopped down there. So pretty much every run it stopped in the exact same spot except for the first pass. Because it didn't have to stop. gonna cover that, and we're gonna go drop this off real quick. See how a trailer hitch? No. Damn, the speed limit's low over here. I can't see the speed limit in this area being this in real life. This is horrendous. This is what people speed. This is what truckers speed, actually. They don't really... I don't think it's so much they don't care, it's just they need to get to the place as quick as possible. Okay, time to take a wide turn. Otherwise I'm going to clip the light post again. And that's another speed limit sign. See, as it stands, I'm 5 over the speed limit. Yes, I'm aware there was a stop sign there. No, I don't care. As a matter of fact, this is just how much I don't care. I want to get this done so I can go make something to eat. See, and I did say I was going to try and get more streams out for you guys. At least one a week minimum. Which, if I can help it, it'll either be this or War Thunder custom battles, or if I feel like it at the time, War Thunder Naval Forces. Because I do enjoy doing the Naval Forces on War Thunder. It is something different. Right, I meant to come back to that. Okay, we're gonna get sidetracked here real quick. This is a jump. I haven't done anything with it. I don't know if it's like an achievement or what's going on with it. All I know is it's intriguing and I want to hit it with something fast. Also, I hope somebody comes up with truck mods for this game sometime soon. Like pickup trucks and stuff, because there we go. I want a triangle on this one. Gotcha. See, and with this one, it unloads it separately. Instead of it being both. Oh, I fucked up. I took it to the wrong place. Shit, I just stole that guy's grain. Whoops. See, this is why you pay attention to the map. When you don't, you do shit like that. See, where I took a right up here, I should have taken a left. I shouldn't have come down to here. See, the reason why that happened is because I harvested this field last night, and that's the location it told me to go to. From the same guy with the same field and everything. Don't know. My mind just assumed it'd be the same location for a delivery point, but it was. Or it did, and that just cost me. So instead of dropping it off, we're gonna go do back up to the combine and refill that back tank again. Shit. Now, how much does the restaurant want, though? Because I know they don't take all of it. Because see, harvesting the field, see, it's 67%. Any other? Field 22. Where's field 22? How big is field 22? No, it's just a little tiny guy. Nah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, see, sometimes it stops and has to be unloaded down here. I'm actually going to take this down to the other end of the field, because that's where it'll end up having to be unloaded again. Because see, when I did this mission last night as well, when I dropped off the barley at the location I just sold a bunch of it at, I ended up keeping like 8,000 of it. Yeah, as you can see, it stops down here as well. Wherever one of these triangles is where it stops. Not to be unloaded, but it's just what it ends up doing on a worker, apparently. For the sake of the video, see, now I can't do that because that's just wrong. I'm not going to stick a dog in the middle of a field. Need a small piece of land. Kind of wish we had actually an actual grain truck. See, like when I say grain truck, I mean like a dump truck with like with essentially a trailer on the attached to the back of it that lifts up. It's one thing I actually liked about Farm Sim 17. There was a mod that came out that actually has a truck kind of like this, but without the sleeper on it. There's a version with the sleeper on it, but it doesn't have the option that the one without it does. The option that the one without it has is a hook lift support that can pick up a tipper wagon or a tipper attachment that actually makes it look like a grain truck. I like it. Every map I went on, I used that mod. Because sometimes it's nice using a actual grain truck instead of just a big rig constantly. See, now the fertilizer missions I can do. But I'm not gonna do a fertilizer mission for like 500 bucks. Now for 3 grand. $3 I'd do it. Oh, interesting. You can't accept more than one contract at a time. Field 10 with corn. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Dismissed, because we're not doing that. If you're doing something like that, just turn around and go this way. Not playing that game. Okay, now we can go and once again continue with what I was doing before I had to go back and deal with Combine again. See, now the weed infestation down at this farm is actually pretty bad. Going over it with a mower. See, this is what I was referring to here. You see, now on my buddy's save game, I placed a house over here, actually right here, and I came across this section with a mower. It was either this section or that section, but even though he had weeds turned off, there was still some here. I want to see if doing this does anything. Because if it does, I'm gonna have to buy some equipment later. See, something tells me it would if I actually owned the property. So that's interesting to know. I'm gonna have to do some testing off camera here. And when I do the next stream, I'll let you guys know if it actually has any effect. This save game I will try and leave alone for the stream series, as I'm gonna call it, because the streams and then they get uploaded as videos. So being I don't have a computer or access to editing software or anything, I kind of gonna do it that way. Granted, yes, the PS4 does have the ability to do all of that on its own. You can edit videos and upload them off the PS4 itself, but you don't have as much freedom with it, I guess you can say. So I just find it easier to just upload the video after recording it, so I can just stream it and then upload it after. What is... I can't even right now. But once I deliver this, we're gonna call it done. Hopefully, this works. Considering my screw up that happened. I'm hoping this mission isn't broken currently. I just turned the truck off. Kind of watch if I hit a trailer. I'm assuming the delivery point is over there. I was totally turning there. Hope I didn't need to turn anywhere up here. Oh, well, up here though. We're gonna easy game. Damn. Be warned, the sensitivity with this game is kind of up there. The steering is finicky, we'll say. Cut it wide. I will, however, recommend for this map, don't get a grain trailer. It's kind of a pain in the ass to maneuver around maps, as you can see. Around this map anyways, it's a fairly small map. Okay, we're gonna have to settings. Tip side front, there we go. Yeah. Figured as much. So now I gotta figure out where to come up with some barley, because that happened. I might just... can't just... well, I can cancel it, but I can't either. Primarily because I can't afford to cancel it. I mean, I have $197,000, but that's not much in the face of equipment prices. Like that combine alone was like 100 something thousand. I'll have to take a look. Being able to cut through here to get to my field a little bit quicker anyways, I can do that. Combine I have 285,000. And that was before I did that. So it's 292,500. Which, funny enough, after I bought the combine, I had 292,700 after I purchased it with all the upgrades and stuff on it. It was actually kind of funny. I'm driving through somebody else's field. I'm not getting stuck behind traffic. I refuse to get stuck behind traffic. So, until we can... You know what? Yeah, I think we'll just cancel that contract. Because I went to the wrong damn location. That's embarrassing as shit. But, not unexpected. Wasn't paying it. Actually, I think I had the map off like this when I went to that destination. So, in all fairness, I wasn't really paying attention to the map. I'm gonna need the weeder over here again. But we're gonna take this back over to that field, and we're gonna get everything set up for it to get going, and I'll end it there. Because it's like 1:32. I started this video an hour and 37 minutes ago. I haven't even eaten yet today. So that's a thing I gotta do. I remember the first stream I did was actually on my Twitch. I had like 18 people watching at one time. That was fun days. Different, but fun. One thing I wish you could do is hide the overlay for the stream, or at least make it so the game doesn't shrink down the way it currently is. It just makes everything see-through, like transparent. That's the word I was looking for. Makes it transparent so it doesn't do this. Like the way you guys are seeing this on YouTube is how I'm playing it. I don't have the full screen. I have a section of it. Like my TV's a 42-inch TV, and that's how much of my screen's actually cut off. Kinda sucks, actually. Well, it's not so much that much of my screen's cut off, it's just that's how small my screen shrunk down. Which, again, as I just said, sucks. As soon as we hop the train tracks, I'm gonna unfold it. Actually, we'll start unfolding it now. Which, comically enough, go figure, worked out. Are we in need of this thing? No. But it will be needed over here eventually. So it can stay over here. We're gonna take it over here though. Fertilizer could be done. actually. Like, see that thing right there that amazes me. Right there. The fact that you can see through the grill that the headlights are actual. Wasn't gonna wheel. We could better look at that headlight, but like the ones on the rig, you can see them a lot better. They're actual lenses. Which you can see through. Like as you can see right there, you can actually see through it. If you go back and rewind it, you can see it. Like it's awesome. But anyways, that's gonna be it for me today here, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one.